All right, I am a little bit late on this, I'm not going to lie. I just woke up and, well, not just woke up, but I woke up about 30 minutes ago. Anyway, welcome to Ramble 63. We're going to cover the new Next rewards. I have not even taken a look. I literally opened up Twitch, asked Swang what was happening. Everyone was saying that tacits are rising, that ACB is rising and shit. So I will give you my thoughts. I have not looked over this at all yet, so you're hearing it first from me. Again, as always in these rambles, feel free to post down in the comments what you guys think on it, and I do read every single comment, by the way. Sometimes I don't reply because I just, it's sometimes I don't want to start a discussion right there in the comments, but I do read everything and I take a lot of it into account. Anyway, Next rewards updated. In the recent rewards blog for Nex and Tombs of a Masket, and we revealed the rewards on offer and gave you the chance to try them for yourselves in a special feedback beta. It might just okay, maybe I'm just a little tired. I don't understand that. The feedback we received was largely positive, although a few changes appear to be required. We'll be discussing the changes we're making to the Tombs of a Masket rewards in a separate blog. Today, we're going to focus on Nex. As always, we refer to the in-game timing as cycles. Each cycle is equal to 0.6 seconds and is also commonly referred to as a tick by the wider community. Any widehards. Power creep. It's become clear from your feedback that many of you feel it's time for new items to claim the spotlight. Too many items have remained best in slot for ages, and players now expect rewards that will shake up this status quo. To fess up, we've been hesitant to introduce more best in slot items, as doing so inevitably creates power creep. This can result in a number of issues, particularly the devaluation of older content. We want to avoid this at all costs. OSRS thrives because old content is kept as relevant as possible. Therefore, we'd like to slow the process of power creep where possible, but we're aware that we also need to provide powerful incentives to play difficult content. We've set a precedent for big ticket items, and we want you to feel truly rewarded for taking down the toughest foes. For this reason, we're making a number of changes to strike a better balance and better reward you for the risks you'll take in fighting Nex. Let's take a look at what's changing. All right. By the way, if you guys are curious, I am just mining some day out. I just finished an Addy Dragon task, and yeah. So whenever I glance over at my screen, whenever I take a little pause, it's just me clicking on another rock. Okay, introducing Torva armor. Why? Okay, I'm going to be honest. I wanted this, but goddamn, I wish they would make armor look not so RS3. You know what I mean? Am I the only one that just thinks this looks like super cartoonish? I'm hoping this isn't exactly what it's gonna look like, but you know what I mean? It almost has that Dragonstone armor feel. You know what I'm talking about? The Rune Dragonstone armor, just very basic, cartoonish. I want them to look at what Bandos looks like. I don't know, Bandos is very unique, looks old school, this. Okay, anyway, that's my own issue with that. Okay, we received some great feedback about the Virtus armor, but it's clear that it didn't excite you as much as the prospect of a new best in slot melee set. In light of this, we'll be swapping the Virtus armor set from Nex for the highly requested Torva armor. Torva was a powerful warrior who once directly served Nex. She still holds onto his powerful armor and may drop it to those lucky enough. This doesn't mean we have no plans for Virtus in the future, and there are more details on these plans below. All right. Oh, God. Full helm +8. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. What have we gotten into? That's insane. +8. +6 for the plate body and +4 for the plate legs. Jesus. That's an additional +6 strength over max currently. All right, let's. Everything's +1 prayer. Interesting. The defense is pretty fucking high. I think this is about as high as Barrows. I would need to look at it later. Again, I'll probably make another update about all this after I read Twitter. I have not even looked at Twitter. I haven't looked at Reddit. I haven't looked at anything. This is again my first thoughts. Okay. This is a melee armor set consisting of a full helm, plate body, and plate legs. It offers better offensive and defensive capabilities than Bandos, with slightly worse defensive capabilities and prayer bonus than Justicure. Therefore, we think this makes Torva a very appealing offensive armor set upgrade over Bandos, while still leaving Justicure in a solid place for its purpose. Barely. I wouldn't even say that, but I think Justicure, dude, honestly, I'm thinking, so first of all, I gotta say, the Din's Bulwark, I love that new weapon. I think, I don't know, I was in Lucid Dreams stream yesterday, and I was seriously, like, was watching him just do a bunch of tasks with his Bulwark, and I'm like, dude, this is the coolest item in the fucking game. And it's cool that, like, it's so counterintuitive for Justicure to be, like, giving strength bonus to that. I think, however, this armor will actually replace Justicure for using Din's. Again, that's kind of just random, but random thought I had. As we mentioned above about power creep, we don't want Bandos armor to devalue, as that would make General Grardor less worth doing. We want it to still have a purpose in the game. We think that a good way to keep it within the ecosystem of the game is to use it as a component to upgrade Torva armor. Pieces of the Torva set are going to drop as broken and unequipable, and must be revitalized using components salvaged from the Bandos set. You'll be able to break down your Bandos pieces in a furnace found within the ancient prison and receive tradable Bandosian components in return. Combine these with broken Torva pieces and you'll assemble the set. There are no skilling requirements to break down the Bandos pieces, but you'll need 90 smithing to attach the Bandosian components to broken Torva pieces. Here's how many components you'll get per piece. Chestplate, 3 components. Tassets, 2 components. And here's how many components you'll need to repair the Torva pieces. Helm, 1 component. Chest, 2 components. Plate legs, 2 components. Interesting. Okay, so it's just chest plate and tassets. You don't get anything for boots, apparently. Okay, cool. So just by degrading chest plates and tassets, you're going to get all 3, which is nice. The broken Torva, Bandosian components, and repaired Torva are all tradable. We did consider Bandos boots providing components, however, this takes away from the potential Bandos chestplate, tassets, item sync, and those are the items you really want to keep a decent value. Again, dude, I need to make another ramble, by the way, of my second thoughts into gold sinks and GE tax and all that stuff. I have read a lot. I have looked into a lot of things about economies and stuff. Anyway, I have a problem with it currently, but that's for another ramble, another day. Anyway, it's just like Jagex deciding what needs to be worth more and worth, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, prices should just... Anyway, I'll talk about this later. We'll continue on this. As detailed above, since the Virtus armor got generally good feedback, we aren't scrapping it completely. We'd still like to introduce it as a reward a little later down the line and with a few tweaks based on your feedback. You might remember that our original plans were to release Torva later down the line alongside a different update themed around a certain ancient god. With the changes in this blog, we now think Virtus would be a suitable reward for that update instead. The inevitable question is, why not both sets right now? I don't think that. But yeah, I know the community would probably think that. Well, other content of the same difficulty level has the same number of awards, and we don't feel like she needs any more right now. What you get is pretty awesome. As always, please do share your feedback on this decision, but first, let's take a look at the other changes we've made. Zarite Vambraces. Next is our only survivor of a mysterious race known as Nile. The Nile were deemed a failure by Nex's master, but some of their remains were repurposed to be used as armor by Nex's army. We're very happy to see that so many of you are excited about the Zarite Vambraces. However, we've noticed that the 50 defense requirement locks certain restricted accounts out of using this awesome equipment, so we thought we'd change that so it's more accessible for Zerk builds looking to try the Vambraces out. Jesus Christ. You chose to limit yourself, motherfuckers. Anyway, I don't really care about this. This is cool. The defense stats are close to his threshold already, so it makes sense. We'll be lowering the defense requirement for the Zarite braces to level 45. That's totally fair. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Zarite Crossbow. The Zarite bow got a lot of great feedback, but we noticed that many of you were hoping for a new crossbow instead, especially following the introduction of the bow of Ferdinand. So we'd like to introduce the Zarite Crossbow. Like the Zarite Vambraces, Zarite Crossbow were crafted with the remains of a long-dead Nile, taking full advantage of the magical abilities of his ancient race. This item is best in slot tier 80 crossbow, and that's especially exciting because Nex just happens to be vulnerable to crossbows. Oh, God. Oh, God. What's the strength on this shit? Okay, this doesn't... The crossbow doesn't offer any strength. Okay. That's good. Let's see. So the Zarite crossbow special attack will trigger a guaranteed bolt effect if you succeed at hitting the target. Okay, whoa. Did they completely change? Okay, let me not focus on clicking this fucking rock. Okay. Let's just read this first, and I'll reference this after. The Zarite crossbow requires 80 range. It comes with a neat passive effect that makes bolt effects 10% stronger. For example, ruby bolts would hit 22% of the target's current HP instead of 20, with the cap also being raised by 10% from 100 to 110. It also has a special attack which guarantees that your bolt effect, if you succeed at hitting the target passing accuracy. Okay, let me read this again. It also has a special attack which guarantees that your bolt effect, if you succeed at hitting the target passing accuracy at the cost of 75% of your energy. Okay, so it's guaranteeing that the bolt has an effect at 75%. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, if there's a new crossbow in town, what happens to everyone's favorite noisemaker, the Armadillo crossbow? We've decided to make a similar approach to the Torv armor. The Zarite crossbow will drop as a broken item that comes from Nex herself, which must then be combined with an Armadillo crossbow and 250 Nile Shards to make it usable. We heard your suggestions that crossbows haven't had enough love lately. Introducing this new tier 80 crossbow should make a stronger and more appealing option. We look forward to seeing how this will shake things up. I'm a little sad. I'm going to be honest. I really like the Zarite bow. I really was looking forward to just using that bow for like jellies and other random Slayer Task allure stuff. Interesting. I'm okay with this. I will admit that Zarite bow was going to be pretty insane at some places. A lot of people don't agree with me in my stream. They're like, oh, Zarite bow sucks. Anyway, I think it would have been a cool addition. I am still okay with this. I'm trying to think, though. 110 range, so I think Armadillo crossbow is 100. I don't know why this thing's offering defensive bonuses. It's just so strange to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a crossbow's giving you 15 defense? 15 mage defense? Huh? How does that even make sense? Anyway. It is just a normal crossbow. It's stacking at 5 ticks on rapid. Strange. Very strange. This is just weird to me. Anyway. Ancient God Sword. When Nex escaped her icy prison, she found herself in the middle of the battle over the God Sword. Realizing the potential of this weapon, Nex arranged for a 5th hilt to be made. However, the 4 armies joined forces to imprison Nex one more, meaning her hilt never saw use. It seems that players weren't quite sure how the Ancient God Sword's special attack would stack up against others, especially in PvM situations. We want the Ancient God Sword to excel in its own way. It's not our intention to replace existing God Swords or make this newest one better than the others. For this reason, we focused on its PvP abilities. But that doesn't mean we won't create interesting PvM encounters that might benefit from this type of weapon in the future. Basically, we're deciding to keep the changes to this item modest. Now that you've seen the changes to Nex's loot table as a whole, we hope you'll all be more comfortable with the God Sword remaining in its own cozy niche. However, to give it a little more oomph, we're increasing the damage and healing on the Ancient God Sword's special attack from 20 to 25. Okay, cool. I never really had a problem with the Ancient God Sword. I didn't think it was supposed to be better than all the other God Swords. I think this fills a nice niche. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. If a special attack hits, it deals a normal hit with 10% extra damage. In addition, an 8-cycle, 4.8 second timer starts. If the target doesn't move more than 5 tiles away before the timer ends, they'll be hit for 25 damage, and the attacker will be healed for the same amount. Crazy. I don't know. That's really good. It was at 20, it was already good. But during the recent beta, we also noticed that in PvP situations, praying mage would completely negate the Ancient God Sword special attack. This was unintentional, and we'd like to clarify that this effect would not be present in the live game if the Ancient God Sword were to pass poll. Interesting. So there is no protecting against it. Further clarifications. Blood essence. Before we go, we'd like to explain a bit more about blood essence, since we previously kept those details pretty sparse. Blood essence is a semi-rare item dropped by Nex and various other monsters in the ancient prison. It is both tradable and stackable. A player can activate a blood essence to toggle it to its active state. If they then craft blood runes with the active blood essence, they'll have a 50% chance to create extra runes. Each blood essence has 1,000 charges, or can craft 1,000 runes per essence. A player can only have one active blood essence at a time. An activated blood essence will become untradeable. This is intended to promote skilling more so and alleviate the complaints about blood rune generations via skilling somewhat. We're aware that shops are still the most efficient way to get blood runes and hope to introduce stronger ways to craft runes in the future. Okay, Nile Shards. These have remained unchanged. Nile Shards are consumables dropped by all foes in the ancient prison, including Nex. They can be used to charge the Zarai bow, or they can be crushed to make Nile dust, which is a secondary ingredient in the ancient brew potions. An ancient brew is a combination of a Nile dust and a dwarfweed potion, and requires 85 herb lore to make, giving 190 herb lore XP. When drunk, this primordial concoction boosts magic by 5% plus 2, and restores prayer by 10% plus 2, with the ability to boost up to 5% over the player's base prayer level. However, it also drains attack, strength, and defense by 10% plus 2, so think before you drink. Ecumenical Key Shards. For those that missed it, you can gather 50 of these for one ecumenical key. Please note that you can't convert the shards to a key if you already have the cap on keys. Remember to keep your eyes peeled for a second rewards feedback blog focusing on the loot from Tombs of a Masket. Very cool. Very cool. I think the changes are good. I think the Zarite crossbow, them just getting rid of the Zarite bow is fine. It's fair. It is a very powerful bow, and it could eventually come from somewhere else. I'll be patient. I'm excited for this still. Still cool crossbow. It's going to be best in slot. You have to exchange your Armadyl crossbow for it. So I'm really excited for Torva. I hate the way this looks, by the way. Looks like absolute trash. No offense. I'm just not into this. I really am not. Just let me know what you think. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this. Quick little news. Travis42 is going to be on the Sebe cast tomorrow. We're actually recording it later today. So I will probably be 2 to 3 hours, 2 to 4 hours potentially. Talking to Travis42. So if you guys don't know who he is a Twitch streamer. He's a maxed Iron Man. He has a good story to tell about how he thought he was going to quit RuneScape and dropped all his shit over and then had to rebuild. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm really excited to talk to him. There's going to be a lot of other things we're going to talk about, probably Nex and Raids 3 as well. So look forward to that tomorrow. It'll be premiered on YouTube and Twitch. And let me think. Next week, you know what? I'll just spoil it right now if you guys have already made it this far. Next week, for the Sebe cast, I am getting Fuse and Dwight Lowell on at the same time. It is a duo Sebe cast. Me, Fuse, Dwight Lowell. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I think there's going to be a ton of laughs, and it's just going to be a good time overall. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And after that, I do have guests in mind. I have not asked them yet. But I already have a plan, kind of what I want to see. Also, guys, I'm going to have it linked in the description. I am trying to get a compilation of 10 of the top moments of the Sebe cast. Yes, 10 of the top moments. So I will have a Twitter link in the description. Basically, what I'm trying to get is I want you guys, if you're listening to the Sebe cast, if you're listening to past episodes, please, just write down when you just loved a certain segment. It can be funny, it can be interesting, it can be anything. I don't really want it to be over 3 minutes long, so just give me a timestamp. Literally DM me on Discord or Twitter or any way, like on Twitch even. You can just send me a DM on Twitch. Any way you can get a hold of me, just please send me a timestamp of the episode and just the time, and that's literally all I'm asking. And then I'll go through it. I'll choose the top 10, and I'll even give you a shout out if you made it on the top 10. Early December is when I want it to be released, so please have submissions in by the next 3 weeks, so November 30th. Anyway, that's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and take it easy. Let me know in the comments, by the way. Peace.